The latest video I did about CNN viewership dropping 25% got demonetized almost immediately. It is amazing. Censorship at its finest on YouTube. Unbelievable. You think if I said Fox lost 25% of its viewership, it would be demonetized? Not a chance. Incredible. Hysterical, actually. But hey, that's what we do. We know the buttons they don't want pushed, and we push them on occasion. There you have it. All right, but this is really cool. I love this article. Bitcoin for America, cryptocurrencies in campaign finance. Look at that. Look at that. That is art, baby. That's so cool. Last week, Secretary of State of Colorado, Wayne Williams, proposed a new set of rules for financing political campaigns, which now includes a section on cryptocurrencies. The original edition of the draft introduces the same caps for crypto donations as for fiat ones while limiting anonymous contributions to $20. The move renders the overall picture of individual states handling political crypto contributions spottier than ever, as the last few months saw states adopting divergent approaches to the issue. It's amazing how politicians will embrace anything that makes them money. But absolutely, I mean, this is the way of it. Whatever happened to Bitcoin's going to be banned? Where's all those people saying Bitcoin's going to be banned by the regulators? They're gonna put Weir in jail. That's what Chris Dwayne said. No, they are absolutely embracing the cryptos. As I've been saying over the years, we are moving to a system of cryptos because we need somewhere to go, and it's not going to be silver and it's not going to be gold. So this is just another step, my friends, and it's a good one. Although the 2014 advisory opinion by the FEC remains a major reference point for anyone who seeks to boost their chances for election with digital money, this non-regulatory document is barely fit to serve as a definitive guide into the world of crypto campaign finance. The FEC, that's the Federal Election Commission, came up with a set of guidelines in May 2014. Now, May 2014, there weren't even crypto exchanges around. It was like what Mt. Gox, that's about it, or in Coinbase. It was in Babyland 5 years ago. Babyland. Now it's huge and getting bigger. Anyway, the FEC came up with a set of guidelines in May 2014 responding to an inquiry from the super PAC named Make Your Laws. This entity, which advocates for replacing representative democracy with a more inclusive form of liquid democracy, requested clarification on whether it could accept Bitcoin donations to fund political action. At the time, Bitcoin was worth some $400, and altcoins were not even considered as a vehicle for campaign finance. The FEC ruled that Bitcoin could be received by campaigns as in-kind donations, a form of contribution that provides goods and services needed for organizations' operations rather than money to purchase those goods and services. Effectively, this means that campaigns cannot receive Bitcoin directly, but rather have to liquidate it and then deposit the money into their accounts. As far as donation caps are concerned, the commission was split across party lines, with Democrats advocating for a $100 limit and Republicans standing for the standard federal $2,700 limit. Since the advisory opinion outlines recommendations rather than rules, GOP support for a larger cap had later inspired some politicians to allow themselves to go with the $2,700 limit. Given somewhat non-inclusive federal guidelines, see, this is the problem with our federal regulators. This is just the campaign stuff. What about the IRS and the SEC and the CFTC and the DOJ? There's no rules. Make some rules. My God, how long does it take you to figure this stuff out? Incredible. In October 2017, a Kansas candidate for office sought guidance on potential use of crypto contributions from the state's Governmental Ethics Commission, shortly after the office had announced that Bitcoin is, quote, too secretive and untraceable and could be used by totally unidentified lobbyists to influence local elections. Who is the Governmental Ethics Commission of the state of Kansas? Who are they to opine upon the pros and cons of Bitcoin? Classic. Wisconsin Libertarian Party asked the State Ethics Commission in April to clarify whether it deems the use of cryptocurrency political contributions acceptable. The commission held public hearings and concluded the issue should be decided by the state legislature. The time frame for the House to rule on the issue has not yet been announced. At least they did their homework, right? At least those guys did their homework, whereas in Kansas they said, no, my God, it's money launderers and drug traffickers. Ridiculous. But here's an interesting part that I liked. Heroes of crypto funded campaigns. Institutional politics is a field permeated by inertia and adherence to status quo. So there's little wonder that cryptocurrency as firebrand libertarians and technology advocates are already naturally predisposed to be relying on digital currency donations. Accepting digital currency contributions has become an integral part of the manifesting of their ideology. Increasing mass adoption and surging prices are also factors that nudge more establishment actors to be looking towards crypto. Here are some of the most high-profile U.S. politicians on both federal and state levels who are vocal about their embrace of the crypto. Now remember, politicians are all going to be running on board once they find out how much money these people are going to get from crypto donations. Andrew Hemingway, a Republican candidate for New Hampshire governor in 2014. Hemingway has been the first ever contender to the office to use cryptocurrency contributions in his campaign. Bitcoin donations amounted to about 20% of his overall funds. Hemingway never advanced to the general election, having lost to Walter Havenstein in the Republican Party. So you don't know the 20% of his funds. You don't know how much his funds were, and you don't know, it could have been just one Bitcoin evangelist who wanted to shine. So that doesn't tell you much. Jared Polis, U.S. Representative Jared Polis, who is arguably the most outspoken supporter of cryptocurrencies and distributed ledger technology on Capitol Hill, claims the credit of being the first acting congressman to accept Bitcoin from his supporters. During his successful 2014 re-election campaign, he collected a modest $2,000 worth of crypto donations. In his 2018 bid for Colorado governor, Polis will surely exceed this figure by a significant margin, most likely because, one, this article is being published, and two, all his past donors are now rich off cryptos. Imagine, 2014 versus today. Dan Elder. The Libertarians' 2016 bid for Missouri House of Representatives has the distinction of being the first campaign ever to be funded entirely by Bitcoin. The result of the experiment turned out to be somewhat lackluster, with Elder carrying just over 10% of the vote. In 2018, Elder is running for District 79 of the Missouri House of Representatives again. And here's our boy, Rand Paul, a feature of every list of Bitcoin-friendly politicians. Paul became the first presidential candidate to embrace cryptocurrency donations when he announced his bid for the 2016 election. Back in 2015, this caused quite a stir. Rand Paul knows what's going on. Look who his dad is. Ron Paul knows exactly what's going on. Competition in currencies is a good thing. Anything to get rid of the Fed, right, Ron? Right, Rand? Both of them. Two peas in a pod. Although Rand has to be a little more discreet because he has been serving as a Republican because he had to, because libertarians don't get the time of day. Moving on. Greg Abbott. In an appointment to attract younger tech-savvy voters, then Texas Attorney General Greg Abbott announced in April 2014 that he will accept Bitcoin contributions for his gubernatorial campaign. The strategy seemed to have worked, as in January 2015, Abbott was sworn in as the governor of the state. Austin Peterson, a Republican seeking election to the U.S. Now remember, how long ago was it Chris Duane was saying we're all going to jail for being in Bitcoin? A Republican seeking election to the U.S. Senate from Missouri this year, Peterson's embrace of cryptocurrency is grounded in his pro-market ideology. His campaign manager called the use of Bitcoin a no-brainer. Peterson's campaign amassed just south of $10,000 and became renowned for having received the largest single cryptocurrency contribution of 0.284 Bitcoin, $4,500 at the time, in December 2017. This figure doesn't quite add up with the FEC guidelines for a fiat contribution, but the donation page on Peter's website gives a hint how that could be legitimized. Quote, the maximum amount an individual may contribute is $2,700 per election. Your contribution up to $2,700 will be designated for the primary election. The next $2,700 will be designated for the general election. Oh, sneaky little bastard. Then again, that's only close to 6,000. They gave 10,000. So you're busted. Go to jail. Nah, politicians don't go to jail. Patrick Nelson, Democrat candidate for Congress in New York. Nelson proclaimed that he's in a 21st century campaign, which readily embraces technology like Bitcoin. He later faced crypto fundraising issues when BitPay, a service that his campaign used for processing crypto donations, ran into licensing trouble with the state of New York. Wow, it is pulling and tugging and scraping and getting kicked down and getting up and then running forward, and that's what the cryptos are these days. How many we got left? This is it. And last but not least, Brian Ford. Ford is well situated to become a new political crypto star, a Democrat seeking election to the House of Representatives in the 45th Congressional District of California this year. Oh, cool. Maybe that's my district. He had worked as both, obviously I'm not too keen on who my elected politicians are. He had worked as both head of digital currency at MIT's Media Lab. That is very impressive, as that would be the Lightning Network. And a tech advisor for the Obama administration. That's not too impressive. His embrace of technology is explicit, and his electoral chances look solid. The crypto community has already acknowledged his unequivocal support for his candidacy by funneling a record-breaking $66,000 worth of crypto to his wallet in August and September of 2017. Absolutely correct. Let me read it again. Even though the weight of cryptocurrency contributions and campaign funds remains modest, the overall uptrend is consistent with the increasing degree of mass adoption. There is little doubt that we will soon see more campaign funded exclusively by crypto, as well as more successful bids relying at least partly on digital currency contributions. As these processes unfold, the FEC will be compelled to chart clearer rules and grapple with the problem of crypto donations' limited traceability. Good stuff. Good stuff. Clearly, nobody can argue that the government's fighting this stuff. Nobody. I don't want to hear it again. I don't want to hear they're going to put me in jail. Chris Dwayne, say you're sorry. It scared me to death. I stayed up all night thinking I was going to jail. No, it's bullshit. And you know it's bullshit. Well, you probably don't know it's bullshit because you refused to learn anything in 9 years. My God. Anyway, so yeah, things are looking good on the crypto front. Yeah, just don't look at the price. Price will come in due time. When these things are really needed, that's when the price is going to go wonky, crazy, big time, which is cool. This is Big Weir, Road to Ruta. Make sure you like this video. Send it to all your crypto buddies send it to all your gold buddies who think cryptos will never be adopted and the government's going to shut it down. That'd be cool. Talk to you later.